Good morning and good afternoon from the east to the west. I'm your host, Tony Twist. This is AEW All Things Wrestling Podcast. And as always, with my co-host,
Healers. Hey.
Good morning. How are you?
I feel like I should be in the bottom and she should be on the top.
Uh-oh. It's like a weird sandwich or what?
Switcheroo. I don't know. I don't mind.
So anyways, we got Kenny from the Call Up Podcast joining us on this Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Everybody's still trying to wake up. Liz is back on camera. Last week she was having some technical difficulties, but she's back. So happy Sunday. And as good old JR says, it's Sunday. You know what that means. And he knows what that means.
Wrestling.
So anyways, we got a lot to talk about. It's been a crazy ass fucking week. Where do we start? Where do we start? Do we start with the drama with Sasha Banks and Naomi? Or do we talk about the Usos becoming the undisputed unified tag team champs? I'm sure Kenny's rocking his Uso draws right now. I don't know.
No. I got some WCW NWO shorts on right now.
Let's talk about the big news. The big news. Where do we start? I'm going to go with Sasha Banks and Naomi. This was definitely something that everybody's talking about. Mm-hmm. Is it a shoot? Is it a work? Either way, it's got everybody talking, and that's all anybody's talking about. If we all know, Vince McMahon is definitely a master at getting people to talk about him. So let's start with our guest today. Kenny, what are your thoughts, man? Is this bullshit? Is this what is it?
I don't know. Like, we've seen so many different like things happen in WWE, and a lot of it is a work just to get the fans, going. I don't really think this is a work at all. I mean, Sasha Banks in the past has shown her frustration when it came to a lot of the stuff that happens in the women's division. Naomi was the same way when she was doing like the whole hashtag, give Naomi a chance type of thing when she was like off TV, and stuff like that. So to me, I don't find this being a work at all, especially just the way that they're structuring everything now, the way everything's going. It feels like when Austin back in 2002 took his ball and went home type of thing, when he didn't want to lose to Brock Lesnar, he didn't want to face Hogan. He was frustrated creatively, and then he just left. And This is like the same exact thing that's happening right now. And WWE is trying to spin it the best way they can. All you need is the same way like when The Rock came out on Monday night and gave that whole speech and said, if you don't want to be here, then you could just leave. If Bianca Belair comes out tomorrow night on Raw and says the same thing, then I'm just going to be like, hey, this is the same exact fucking storyline that you gave us 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's facts.
Well, I agree to a certain degree, but I don't know. It's too WWE was too quick to come out with kind of a statement about it.
Social media.
But I was just like, all right, they're quickly jumping on this. I think if it was real, I think they would have kind of let it float for a few days, but they jumped all over it. But the interesting thing is Pat McAfee and Michael Cole's back and forth. Pat McAfee is no stranger to standing up to his bosses and telling them what he thinks no matter who it is. So his reaction, I don't know if you guys catch the reaction when Michael Cole was talking about how Naomi and Sasha disappointed the WWE universe.
He made that face.
Yeah, his reaction was like, all right, come on, put this phone on silent. Who's that, Kenny?
No, it wasn't me.
That's me.
All right. Pat McAfee's face, and then his like, what did he say? He was like, all right. That's all he said. He didn't touch on this at all. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go, because Pat McAfee definitely has stood up for himself and other people before and doesn't take kindly to bosses shitting on their employees. So if this is for real, you might see some shit really going down over the next couple of weeks, depending on how WWE handles this. I mean, they stripped them of their titles. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. Liz, what's your take on it?
It's believable that they're maybe going through frustrations. Like Kenny said, it's not the first time Sasha does this. And I mentioned it too. I was like, damn, like it's not the, she throws her bitch fits. I mean, it's what it's called, like if I were to do this to my employer, I'd be getting the same repercussions. If not, I would have already been fired. Is it a work? Who knows? Like you said, they did jump on it really quick. But then again, social media is a really big factor nowadays. So maybe they are doing the same thing that they did 20 years ago. We'll see tomorrow. As Kenny said, if Bianca Belair does say something about it or has anything to say regarding to it, okay, maybe it is a work. They removed everything from their WWE shop regarding to Naomi and Sasha. So maybe they're rebranding them. Who knows? I don't know. Like it's definitely something, a conversation to have about, but whether you're standing with them or standing, on the corporate side of it, I don't know. I think what they did wasn't the right way to go off about it. Maybe trying to get more attention to the women's division. I understand, they became a new tag team. They're trying to, test the waters there, but I feel like the way that they did it maybe wasn't the way to go. Especially for the fans, like me, if I would have shown up and I was so excited to see Sasha and Naomi, and then come to find out like, hey, they're not going to be here because they left because they don't think they're being respected. It's like, okay, I go to my job and sometimes, I don't feel respected. A certain situation, I'm not going to be like, well, here's my title as a manager, I'm going to walk out. You just don't do that. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe it could be a work, but I don't know. I want to lean to it because I want to have faith in Sasha and Naomi that they didn't do this just to BS it and just be like, we'll figure out where the fuck this shit goes. So I really hope that that's not the case. I hope it is a work. I hope it's just them getting rebranded. Everybody's been wanting to see them go heel, especially Naomi wanting to go to the bloodline. So, I mean, shit, maybe we can have Sasha go to the bloodline as well. She's a savage when she comes to being a heel. So I can see it going. I can see it rebranding. But so far, they're making it really, really realistic where I'm believing the fact that, they're doing something or trying to do something for themselves or the women's division and the tag team. Because we all know they haven't done shit with those titles since they had they made it this huge thing, like the first ever women's tag teams, championships, everything, and haven't done shit with any of the champions, let alone the Iconics. I mean, I understand a lot of people didn't like them. Their in-ring capabilities are not the same as what they are now, but they were a legit tag team, didn't do shit besides, keep them like what they were. And then after that, they're like, okay, well, we're going to remove them from you guys. And then we're going to split you guys up. How the fuck do you split up a legit fucking tag team, but you're mixing up a whole as random ass people and trying to figure out if it works or not? So I feel like it's just the women's division in general, since it started, it's a no-go. They just made it to please the fans. Because I do know that during Evolution, there was a lot of people with signs, especially in my area, having sign saying do the women's tag team championship belts. So I know WWE was paying attention to the universe, but didn't really do shit with it. So.
The thing that weirded me out about this, like not the situation, but just like the division itself, was that they gave you the women's tag and they said it was going to be defended on all three brands. Then they reneged on that one and they put it for only Raw and SmackDown. They went down to NXT one time, and then all of a sudden they give NXT their own tag team championships. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, you guys already have tag team champions that can easily go from brand to brand, especially through the pandemic where like you guys are all in the same area. It's not like they have to fly down to Orlando from someplace else in order to come on a freaking Tuesday, And then even with the NXT women's tag team titles, they're all over the place. Mm-hmm. They gave it to Raquel and Dakota the first night because they won the Dusty Cup. Then they lose it to Amber Moon and Shotzi the same freaking night. They only had it for maybe like what, an hour, and then they lost it. Like I don't get. And then now they saying that they're stripping Naomi and Sasha from the titles, and they're gonna have a tournament to crown new women tag team, champions. What tag teams do you have that you're gonna make a tournament?
Right.
Exactly.
Well, if anything, we're all talking about it, and it was crossed over. AEW wrestlers are talking about it. CM Punk came out. Did you guys see CM Punk's statement about what he said?
No,
I haven't. Which is what CM Punk did. CM Punk did the same shit. He didn't feel respected. He got the championship from Cena and took off.
He was basically saying that his statement's a little weird because it's almost like, all right, well, hold on. Let me back up real quick. So there's a lot of rumors coming out saying that Sasha Banks, somehow old shit's coming up, but she didn't want to work with Ronda Rousey back at the previous WrestleMania, and like all this stuff is starting to come out. Like she didn't want to work with this wrestler or work with that wrestler. I don't know what the deal with Naomi is, but I mean, we just had this rumor this week that she was probably going to join the bloodline. You know what I mean? Like there's just all this shit that's coming out, all these stories coming out. And then some of these wrestling journalists are coming out saying that nobody respects them in the locker room. But then you have wrestlers coming out and stuff saying they support them. So it's like all this mixed stuff. CM Punk's basically saying that as wrestlers, they all got to kind of work together, and whether or not they want to job to somebody or lose to somebody or win over somebody, they all need to support each other because it's them against the owners. You know what I mean? Like they're like basically saying, Punk is saying that they got to stand together, and if Sasha Banks is the one throwing a monkey wrench and everything, saying I don't want to work with this person or work with that person. I mean, not wanting to work with Ronda Rousey, I kind of get that because she sucks. I mean, she brings nothing to the women's division in WWE. I don't care what anybody says.
I think it's just her platform that she brings in it. She's trying to bring a new style into wrestling.
Never name anymore.
I didn't watch that, but yeah, right now she's not anyone's crazy to go fight.
I mean, before when she first came in, it was cool. Ronda Rousey wants to get into wrestling. Yeah, so it was cool. Now it's kind of like, all right, we seen how you are promo wise, we seen how you are in ring wise. We know who you can gel with and who you can't. She kind of gives me like the whole like Charlotte effect in a way, where it's like when Charlotte doesn't want to work with somebody, her matches are like super lazy, sloppy. It's just like you can tell she just wants to get it over with. Like she just came to work just so she won't get fined, type of thing, and then she just goes home and that's it. And that's the same thing with Ronda Rousey. So like I don't know. So if Sasha didn't want to work with Rousey, I could truly understand, especially if you're gonna be like, you have so much momentum. And like your star power is actually bigger than Ronda Rousey's at this point, or even getting to that level as far as like a household name. And then they tell you, hey, yeah, we're going to put you in a title match at freaking Money in the Bank, but you're going to lose. And there's like nothing to show for it.
Right. Exactly. It just seems like there's a lot of no rhyme or reason to many of the storylines with WWE, and it just leaves fans kind of scratching their head. The only momentum or real push that they're putting behind anyone is Roman Reigns and the Usos.
Yep.
Their focus seems to be just all right there, which doesn't make any sense. Kind of just
beginning, middle, and end of the show. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy, like what's happening. So, kind of related or unrelated. What do you guys think about Stephanie McMahon stepping down? Do you think that has anything to do with the whole drama with Sasha and Naomi, or is that totally just separate?
I hope not. I really hope not. Because I know the biggest people that push the women's division is Stephanie and Triple H.
Right.
And it's like I had said, like, who knows where the fuck the women's division is going to go at this point with both of them gone. Like now, yes, you have Shawn Michaels, but he's in NXT, and even then, he's kind of stepping back of it because he was part of the Black and Gold brand, which is what brought up Sasha. So I don't know. I really hope she has nothing to do with it. Like it wasn't something that they were clashing heads on, because that would be fucking horrible for the women's division. Like at this point, like yes, they're getting more screen time, but it's not. I don't know, like it doesn't have a meaning in a way. Like they're just out there just to be out there and be like, okay, we put the women's division out there. But I really hope not, because I know she and Triple H had a lot to do with bringing the women's division up to what it is now and to be so competitive and elite how it is. So if she did, I really hope not, because shit, she's gonna go downhill and it's gonna turn upside down.
I know when
it already is.
I know when they said that Stephanie was going to take some time off and she was going to like focus on her family and stuff like that. I know that there were reports of them saying that like Triple H is still working like the day-to-day stuff in over at Stanford. So at least you still have Triple H, you know, there. He's not on camera. He's not going to the shows for Monday night or for Fridays, but you know, as far as like corporate stuff, he's still showing up in Connecticut to be like, hey, let's see, you know, what's going on. But yeah, Stephanie leaving and taking time off, just it hurts the women's division a little bit more, because even when I look back, I was watching Hell in a Cell from 2018, and when they were showing the stuff for like breast cancer awareness and like the stuff that they were doing like with the younger girls and like in schools and for like the Boys and Girls Club, the one face that was always there was Stephanie McMahon. It wasn't nobody else. It wasn't John Laurinaitis. It wasn't Vince McMahon. It wasn't Shane. You know what I mean? It was always Stephanie. It was always, you know, Natty and Sasha and Bailey. And like, you don't have these women there now. You don't have Stephanie. Sasha's freaking MIA. You don't know when she's going to come back again. Bailey's like, even with this going on now, have you seen Bailey's tweets? She's like putting up the little pictures like unity, so she can sit there and say like, hey, you know what, I don't feel like coming back yet, and stay home. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna fire? That's fine. She's just gonna go someplace else and make a whole bunch of money.
How long has she been gone? It feels like she's been gone
for about 8 months, I think.
Yeah, close to a year.
She was supposed to be gone for 9 months, but I think her rehab got like pushed forward or got pushed back or whatever. So I think she's extending it more, like another 5 months. So she's supposed to be out for like a year and a half.
Because the last report that I read on Bailey, she went to the Performance Center to do a little bit of inward work, and they said she looked okay. Yeah, she looked okay, but they still didn't give her like the green light though.
Yeah, they had Birdie giving her the green light to work out and start training. So she has a long way to go. Honestly, I used to be a Bailey Buddies type of person. When she turned heel, like, I don't know, like it wasn't my thing, but
I loved it.
Her being gone, it made me miss it. And that is how I became a Kevin Owens fan too. I used to fucking hate Kevin Owens until he went MIA for an injury and came back, and I was like, damn dude, I really missed you.
You know what's crazy is like I always like Kevin Owens when I seen him in the Indies as, you know, as Kevin Steen and stuff like that. And then when he came to NXT, I was happy to see him in NXT. But believe it or not, like I think I really started to like push for him more when he had that whole feud with John Cena.
Yeah.
Even though I was a John Cena fan,
when
he powerbombed John Cena on Raw and he stepped on the US title, I was like, this fucking guy, man. He's like, I loved it. And people just looked at me, it's like, but he's beating the shit out of Cena. And when he won, oh my God, that was it. I was just like, wow.
I know, same. That he's the one that I appreciated his work. I give him that. I always appreciated his work. I was just like, I don't like you for some reason. But I learned to appreciate it more when he was gone. And I think a couple wrestlers that's happened to me where I didn't like them when they were in, and then they left and came back, and I was like, shit, like I really appreciate your work. Like, you know, matches that they had, even if they were just coming out with no storyline, it was just a match. I was like, damn, like Bailey's one of them now. I used to cheer for, I'm telling you, I used to Bailey Buddies, you know, all of that good stuff. But then she went heel, and I was like, girl, I don't know. I don't think it fit you, but it fucking fits her well. Like now when I see it and I replay on it, I'm just like, shit, like she fucking played that shit. She knew what she was
Definitely.
doing. She was waiting for her to turn heel. I feel like it was just so many years of keeping everything balled up, and it's like, all right, you're gonna make me turn heel. I'm gonna take advantage of it and do the best fucking heel that I can. She did.
Boom.
She fucking did.
Well, hey, let's flip the script for a minute. A lot of WWE news, but CM Punk made news for multiple things this week, not only commenting on this story and everything else, but he got a lot of heat, but then got a lot of support for the shirt that he wore about abortion rights are human rights. Now, I'm kind of I don't like when politics flows over into entertainment or sports. I'm one of those guys that's like, this is not why I watch this, but I think this is such a huge thing in our country right now. Liz, being the woman on the panel, what are your thoughts on this about CM Punk's shirt? Are you mad that he wore that? Are you in support of that he wore that? He did get a lot of shit for it.
I know he did. I saw all the comments, everything. Shit, I'll probably get shit for it. But me, honestly, I wasn't too bothered, to be honest. I didn't even fucking notice. Like I'm bad. I'm horrible. Like I see them come out and I'm just like I'm so amused by like everything that goes on around them that I sometimes don't pay attention to their shirts until I'm like, oh shit, new shirt of the week, you know? I personally didn't even notice until it was called out on social media. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, well, I personally think because of his platform, he has all the right to do so. But yes, should he have done it in a wrestling event where everybody critiques everything? I don't think it would have been the way to go. Maybe after, like, when they do their post interviews after the matches, things like that. Okay, maybe, yeah. But I feel like to come out on Dynamite and come out on TV, I mean, shit, kudos to him because he fucking did it and had, you know, wasn't afraid of the backlash that he was going to get for it because of his personal opinions. That's his opinion. That's how he feels. And, you know, he's putting it out there. He has a platform. Why not fucking wear a shirt that knowing, you know, letting everybody know where you stand in the situation. Some people have the same opinion. Some others don't. Some don't care for it. But me personally, I wasn't upset at it. I actually do agree with his shirt. I don't know. That's just me. I see the two sides of it, but I personally, I wasn't too mad about it. I'm not one to talk shit now able with something else, you know, more of a racial type of thing. Okay, maybe, you know, I probably would have had words for it. But in situations like that, there is no right or wrong. So I didn't really have anything against it. I mean, shit, do you, boo-boo? That's how I feel about it.
So you're in support of athletes or entertainers making political stances at a non-political. You're cool with that.
If they have a strong opinion about it, shit, do it. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you feel that is what you are solidly like, that is what you believe in, why not? You know, it's the same thing. It's like if he were to really religious, he's going to come out with, you know, something that's relatable to him or something personal to him, you know, whatever. It's like, why are you going to judge somebody on, you know, same thing? I'm not saying religion and this has, you know, the same time of stand or, you know, balance out. But
no.
He has its own, he's entitled to his own opinion. I mean, shit, should it have been a wrestling show? Who fucking knows? Like I said, it's where you get critiqued the fucking most on whatever you do. What, you know, but at the end of the day, he put his foot down and said, this is where I fucking stand. And that's it. Like, I mean, there's no going back now. He did it. He did it. You know, there's no going back. And I think this is the second week, right, that he does this.
Like that, yeah.
He's
he
had
did another one
before. So, Kenny, what are your thoughts?
I mean, this is nothing new when it comes to the sports or entertainment world. You know what I mean? If you have the platform for it, then why not use it? Because whether you do it on TV or you do it on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, people are going to say something about it. People are going to give them shit about it. Everyone's going to have their opinions, right? Especially the world we live in. Like, you could be a fan of somebody, and I've seen it when CM Punk came out with that shirt. There was a lot of people that before he came out with that shirt was like, I love CM Punk. CM Punk is the best. I'm so glad CM Punk is back in wrestling. He needs to be champion. And the minute he came out with that shirt, everybody's true colors came out. Oh, he's a piece of shit. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, boo CM Punk. And that's the same thing there was with the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, when nobody wanted to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. And they was just like, nah, I'm not gonna stand anymore. And they kind of like, took their side. And there's a lot of athletes now that, that when there was a lot of stuff going on with the police department and law enforcement, that everybody was just like, I don't trust cops. I don't want to be behind them anymore. And am I still a fan of a lot of people? And I'm a police officer, and I still like a lot of the athletes that said, I don't mess with the police. I truly understand that. But like I say, that not everyone is the same, and not every fan is going to be the same too. And CM Punk and everybody else that take these stands know that, and they deal with that shit every single day. You know what I mean? You are your own person. You came into this world by yourself. You're going to leave this world by yourself. And that is your own opinion on everything else.
Very well said. So let's jump over to what he actually said in regards to the Sasha Banks Naomi thing. So CM Punk's words said, it doesn't matter if your opinion of your coworker is positive or negative. Stand with them because they'll do the same thing to you and you'll wish someone helped. Trust me. You're expendable, but together, you're unstoppable. So that was his words, and I'm just like,
he's a fucking asshole.
I'm like,
what happened to him and Colt Cabana?
It's true though, isn't it true?
What he's saying, he's talking out both sides of his mouth though, because we know what he's done, and I guess fucking Miro, right? Former Rusev, I guess he thought this was hilarious. And I guess maybe calling CM Punk out on what he said. So I don't know. Kenny, I think you're kind of seeing it like you CM Punk's full of shit on the statement.
Yeah, because it's like you're gonna make a statement like that when we know the history that you had with other people in this industry, and people literally, and one person had to take you to court because of the bullshit that you've done. And now you're gonna sit here and be like, we need to stand together. We need to, be a family and be as one. I'm like, okay, but then what happened to the stuff back then? Because
lesson learned though.
Because you can't.
He learned his lesson.
Okay, just like I can understand that when someone says, I've learned my lesson from the past, right? But then you can't go out and come back.
It only has 150 characters.
Yeah, you can't go out on TV. And then you go back to the past and you blame everybody for the stuff that happened in the past, and you're like, okay, we're gonna start fresh. We're gonna do everything new, but then you're still kind of holding that grudge against everybody. Of course, it's gonna come out. Of course, people are gonna laugh at you and be like, okay, like, yeah, you're talking out your ass now, but a couple of years ago, you wasn't the same person you are now. So right? You want to be united as one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Listen.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that he stepped away for so long that he saw it from the outside. I think that maybe has a lot to do with it. He has grown a lot since the bullshit in the past. So I don't know, but like he said, everybody is expendable. Everybody, that's it. When you're done, and moving on to the next new toy. It's basically what it is. So I mean, I think just calling it out. I mean, maybe he's trying to ruffle some feathers.
Oh, is MJF right? Is he PG Punk now?
I think so. I don't think he's old school.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we got. Yeah, we didn't get old school Punk back. We just got CM Punk back.
Well, so that takes us to Double or Nothing. Is CM Punk? Is he going to be the next AEW champion?
I don't know.
They're gonna give it to him. They're gonna give it to him.
I have a feeling that they are, but I'm so sad because I'm a lot of when Hangman loses.
Listen, Hangman's title run in AEW has been trash.
Oh,
since the beginning. Okay, I was so hyped.
His last match was fucking good.
It was okay.
It was good.
I was like so to get Hangman as champion because I knew Kenny was gonna be out. because due to injuries, they were going to transition over to a new champion. And I said, you know what? Hangman's going to be this guy. He's going to be a defending champion. You were going to see him on TV. And the only thing I've seen this guy do is come out with some nice cowboy shirts, and that is it. I have not been impressed with many of his matches. Maybe like like 2 or 3 from the 4 he's done so far since he's been champ. Like, you know, his talking has gotten a little bit better since ROH. Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's because he took time off to be a dad. Who knows? All I know is that this coming Sunday, we're gonna be sitting here talking again, and we're gonna see CM Punk. You'll be there live.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in Vegas. Don't play me.
And I'm gonna be like, listen, like, you know, shout out to CM Punk for winning the title, because now we're gonna see. But now that CM Punk is gonna be champion, you know, who's gonna be that person to step up and actually win this title from him? Because it won't be anytime soon. I'm assuming that like they'll carry this all the way over to All Out.
Really?
Yeah, or even further than. I think I see him defending it at All Out, winning, and then losing at Revolution the very next year. Like, they're gonna close out this year with CM Punk being champion.
I don't know.
You heard it here first. Kenny calling it.
Let's see. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so him taking it now and keeping it until the upcoming year.
Yep. Because remember AEW.
Yeah, well, it's not even that long. It's like 6 months.
Because AEW doesn't do pay-per-views like WWE does
do
every month.
Yeah.
For a year.
Every 3 months.
So speaking of next year, we're going to jump into some breaking news here. According to social media and multiple wrestling news outlets, The Rock has 0 movie commitments next year.
Yep.
Woo. WrestleMania 39.
Possible WWE return has been talked about forever, but it's official. He has no movie commitments next year right now.
39.
What do you guys think?
Y'all coming out?
Listen, you already know I'm gonna be there, so I'm gonna end up freaking linking up with Liz. Finally, we didn't get to do it when we was in Vegas, but
we didn't get to link up when we were in Dallas.
I know, right? We were all in the same. I've been in the same cities with both of you guys, and I couldn't.
We were like a mile away from each other.
Yeah,
we didn't link up.
But you know what's funny, and not just to go off topic, is that me and Liz, we text each other and said, "Hey, let's hit back up like around 8 or 9 o'clock, right?" My wife got tired, falls asleep. She's like, "Wake me up when you guys are gonna go." I said, "All right, cool." I hear her snoring. I started watching the game and fell asleep. I woke up. It was 11 o'clock. When I went to go text you, I seen you was at some concert, and I was like, "She's not going nowhere. She's at a show."
No, after that, because that was actually work related. That was a work concert, and then after that, I literally went off to the strip, and I was out there till like 4 a.m.
Well, I see how you are, Kenny. You didn't even give me your number. Damn.
No. This is through IG. Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's like,
no, I mean, I'll give you guys my number. I don't give a shit.
My number.
But yes, next year WrestleMania, I have to. If The Rock is gonna be there at WrestleMania next year, I have to be there. Even if like,
why? Can I ask you a question? I gotta ask a question. Why? Why does anyone care about this match?
I think it's just a passing of the torch. If it's gonna be that.
No, but Rock doesn't have the torch. He hasn't had the torch.
In his family, yeah, he fucking does. The motherfucker is like the richest dude in the whole entire family. Put all 10 motherfuckers together, and he's still richer than them.
It's just like this. It's just like this, right? So, LeBron's son is being talked about as being like he's gonna be like better than his dad and all this other stuff, right? But when anytime they talk about LeBron James' son, the same way I'm doing it is the same exact way they're doing it too. LeBron James' son, and then they mention his name on top of that, right?
All right.
This is going to, anytime they say like, "Oh yeah, Roman Reigns head of the table," they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, The Rock's cousin."
The Rock's cousin, exactly.
Oh yeah. If he leaves, because like he still wants to continue doing movies and stuff like that after he leaves WWE. What do you think is gonna happen?
The Rock's cousin.
When he does an interview for the first time, say with E or one of these other entertainment channels and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, so you're following the same footsteps as your cousin Dwayne. You know what I mean? Like, he needs this in order to be that person, to be the head of the table and be the real leader of the family. Because even on Young Rock, he does the same thing too, where he's just like, yeah, like I do stuff to provide to continue the legacy of my family. Not us. You know what I mean? So the Roman needs this in order to be like, okay, like I've beaten everyone from the past to the present, and then he could just leave. Because after that, there's nothing else for you to do.
I'm having a real hard time with this. So that means that he's gonna hold on to this fucking belt till next year.
No, but here's the thing though. You don't need the Roman versus Rock doesn't need to be for a title, because we already know that if he still holds on to that title, he's facing the Rock. We all know the Rock is not. Yeah, the Rock is not gonna win. That automatically will not. It'll like take all the hype from me off of that.
So you're saying the plan is to definitely take the belt off of him?
Yes.
Who's going to take the belt off?
Cody.
I hope so, because nobody wants to see Drew McIntyre as fucking, right?
I do.
They might give it to Riddle. You better stop playing.
I do. Don't involve me. No, Tony. I want to see Drew. I like Drew.
Take another hit.
You have your own opinion about Drew. I like Drew. I want to see Drew as champion, and I'm so sad he's not champion yet.
I like Drew as champion. You know what? He needs that.
Exactly. He needs to get meaner. That's what he needs.
But is Cody Rhodes? Are they priming him to be the next face of the company?
So he is. I said it last week. He's being groomed to be the next John Cena. He's breaking news that WWE is coming back to Madison Square Garden for Raw. He did the whole entire Money in the Bank promo video by himself. Yeah. Every time I look for something when it comes to WWE now, it's all been Cody. He did Skull Sessions. He did Ryan Satin podcasts. Like, you just need him to go on Fightful and do something there, which I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. Like, little by little, he did the bump. He's done everything else. Like, if you put a new show for WWE, I guarantee you Cody Rhodes is going to be involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So are we talking SummerSlam? Like, when do you think this is happening? SummerSlam would be the event to do it.
I mean, maybe.
Because then you got what? You got to wait till Survivor. You got to do it at a big show.
Survivor Series.
The next big show. And then if they wait, then they got to wait till Survivor Series.
Because the next three people that they have up against Roman right now is Riddle, Randy, and Drew. They're the next three to go up against him in the next three big pay-per-views. So you got Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. That's already, to me, I think that's already a lock for them. Cena's supposedly coming back next month for another Summer of Cena. You may have Cody versus Cena, on there, and Cena just putting him over. So you can possibly hold it off till Survivor Series and just say like, hey, Survivor Series comes and you get that Cody versus Roman, especially now that Cody said that the person who wins Money in the Bank gets to headline WrestleMania, which is like, what the hell happened to Royal Rumble?
Right.
Wait, when did he say this?
He said it in the promo for Money in the Bank. The person who wins money, in the commercial, the person who wins Money in the Bank gets to headline WrestleMania.
So you're saying Money in the Bank, then? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think Cody will win Money in the Bank.
But then that takes it all the way till next year, which doesn't make any sense, because if he's like,
hold on to it,
don't make sense.
I put it like this, and I'm not saying that WWE Creative is the smartest, but if they were, I would let Cody win Money in the Bank, Right? He's never won it. The time that he was there as Stardust, let him win Money in the Bank.
Right.
Let the whole promo thing go and say, like, Roman goes and says, well, I'll see you at WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. And, in typical Cody fashion, he goes, I don't want to wait until WrestleMania. I want to fight you at Survivor Series. And they go at it then. Because this time is not a surprise. If the contract is to be the headline for WrestleMania, why not just go into Vince's office or Adam Pearce's office and say, you know what, I'm not waiting until WrestleMania. I'm gonna fight him at Survivor Series. Like I'm tired of waiting. I didn't come here to wait.
So he's not gonna cash it in as a surprise. He's gonna they're gonna plan it out.
Yeah, he's gonna do like Braun Strowman did and be like, I'm not gonna come behind you. I'm just gonna put it up right in front of you and let you know that I'm gonna see you on this day. The same way like Big E did.
Cena did, and he lost. Fucker.
Liz is ready for the Summer of Cena part 2.
I am too. I'm waiting for the new shirt, the new hat. I'm like,
I went to SummerSlam for that reason. I wasn't supposed to go to SummerSlam, and then they said Summer of Cena. He's gonna be at SummerSlam. I'm like, bitch, I'm there. And yep, I showed out. That shit was amazing. I think it was my 3rd or 4th time seeing Cena live. So I was hella stoked, and I already know my lesson. Anytime that he comes out, I can't hold my phone because I shake too much. So I have my boyfriend hold my phone.
So you see that good camera angle, it was him.
I get so nervous with him. Like I'm just literally like this will be me. Like that's why I don't post any freaking throwback videos with Cena, because all my videos have been shaking except for SummerSlam. I'm just like, no, here, you hold it.
So what are you gonna do if you ever meet this man in person?
I would cry. I would literally cry because he helped me a lot through my childhood, and stuff. So I think it'd just be more of gratitude type of crying. Like it wouldn't be like, yes, fangirling like inside, but it would be more of I have a split second for me to let you know how much I appreciate all your words and how far it got me. So I think like for me, I would cry, but it would just be of just gratitude of seeing him. Deep down inside, I'd be like, but yes, I think that would be my reaction. I'd be like one of those. I probably fall to my knees. I'm just saying. Just saying. So if y'all ever see me meeting Cena and y'all see me on my knees, that's why. Okay, and nothing else. It's because it's just the emotion. But
my son gave him a big hug when he met him for the first time.
This will be the clip that we put on Instagram. Liz talking about she'll be on her knees. I'm putting that as the clip today.
Just all you have to do is just edit it. All you have to do is just edit it out and like put my words first. Like, what would you do if you meet Cena? She's like, well, I'll be down on my knees.
I'm on my knees.
That's it. Because you go, I'll be down on my knees because he helped me so much growing up as a kid.
Do you know how many people would be disappointed coming onto this shit and watching it all the way through and be like, really? This is why?
Like, she didn't say it like that.
But,
hey, well, let's talk about AEW. So they had the whole Joker thing this week on the show. I'm sorry, AEW. I have like zero interest in AEW now. They're losing it. What are they doing?
That was.
I'm excited for DON. I don't know about y'all. Maybe because y'all ain't going. I'm excited. Like the tag team. What's it called? The tag team match, a triple threat tag team match.
That's gonna be good.
The one for the FTW championship. We have fucking Cena. Oh my god, I'm still talking about Cena. We have CM Punk and Hangman. Like, dude, I'm excited for this shit. Like, I'm stoked. The cards are getting even more stacked. So you may not be into it because you're not going. Probably that's why. You're just like, yeah, that's why. You're like,
reading the story about Tony Khan being criticized for having a bloated roster and it resembling the end of days for WCW when they just had like 1,000 wrestlers. Like, that's what AEW is kind of shaping up to be. Tony Khan is like just a rich kid that his daddy bought him a wrestling company. He just wants everybody and anybody. He's not building their own talent anymore. I was talking about Hook, right? So you're building up Hook, and then you throw him in a storyline with fucking Danhausen. Like, they could have made this kid a wrecking machine.
I wanted them to feud. I really wanted them to feud.
That's the same thing I wanted too, but
I hope that's where they're going with it. I really hope that they're not teaming them together. I was hoping for them to feud, but Hook, I agree with you in a way of, yes, he's just getting all these people. I think it's more of he's trying to please himself, but please the fans with dream matches that couldn't have happened in WWE. I think that's basically what's going on right now. Is just, it's a new company. You're getting more people. You're like, okay, another fucking dream match that, we can get, through. That's why, the whole with New Japan got set up as well. So many dream matches. So I think that is where it's going. Yes, some of the storylines are what the fuck is going on? Just give us the pen and paper. But the fans, because I honestly, I don't even know if the people behind in creatives actually still watch wrestling or into wrestling, or they're probably thinking about, old school shit that they're trying to bring now, and it's just not working. Like this whole Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti, I'm so over it at this point. I just want to see them on their own. The fact that they even came back a third time around trying to get this title already, like, just go on a honeymoon, something like that. Just get away. Yeah, just rebrand yourself, come back better than ever. But I think he's just trying to build dream matches. That's why he's getting everybody, and everybody's upset about it. But at the same time, we're happy because you're happy to see all these wrestlers that you liked and newer wrestlers coming together. I don't know if that makes sense. Like for me, when I go to indie shows, I like to see all these old school wrestlers that I've seen in WWE or I've seen on TV coming to fight all these, the new guys. Like that, I'm just like, shit, like I would have never put y'all together, but it works. So I don't know, I think he's just trying to build a dream matches as much as he can and get them over with, and then see where storylines go from there. But so far, whoever's on his roster, on his shit to make storyline, holla at us because we got y'all.
I think I'm comparing AEW right now to Marvel, because Marvel just pulls out every bottom of the barrel and that's what AEW.
Come on, Marvel's been hitting every single month, from Disney Plus to the theaters.
She-Hulk, really?
Come on, She-Hulk is gonna be the shit.
That looked horrible.
No,
I haven't seen the commercial.
Crazy.
I haven't seen it.
That trailer is fucking awesome. I'm sorry.
It's getting ripped up on the internet. People are talking so much shit about it, saying it looks.
You know what it is? Because you know what it is? Everybody wants the action-packed Marvel package that we've been getting. Marvel is coming out a little bit different now, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna give you She-Hulk, but it's gonna be a little comedic. It's still gonna have a little bit of action. Like, it's gonna tell a story. It's only season 1, and I guarantee you that the next season of She-Hulk is gonna be completely different. It's gonna be a little bit more serious. But just listen, open your minds, enjoy it, and appreciate the entertainment that we're gonna get. That's it.
Thank you. Amen. Preach it. Say it for the people in the back.
Marvel, right? Pulling out every bottom of the barrel WWE reject, and then the fans lose their shit. Who's losing their shit over John Morrison? Give me off.
I did. I was happy. I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah. Now we gotta get Taya in this bitch. Now we gotta get Taya.
Me and Dave when we did the AEW watch along. We were saying that we was like, damn, who could be the Joker for Britt Baker? And I know he said Amber Moon, and I had said, hey, it could be Ty Valkyrie since Johnny Morrison is there. And then I was just like, yeah, it could be her, it could be Moon or whatever. And then sure enough, we get Macchiato over here. Then I was like, what the fuck is this? Don't get me wrong, I love her. Like, I think she's one of a really cute character to have in AEW. But to put her as the Joker, I was just like, wow. Yeah. And we kind of, and you know what, not for nothing, we should have expected that it wasn't going to be a big name, because anytime a really big name shows up, Tony Khan spoils it for everybody. And he's just like, you have to tune in on Wednesday because I'm gonna have a really big surprise. And I'm like, oh man, it's like the
now
fucking.
we know to expect somebody new, or who it is.
I just think it's hilarious when they bring somebody out that's just popping up in AEW and they pan to the fans, and the fans are just like losing their shit. It's like, are they paying these guys, the fans, extra money to lose their shit? Because some of these people, nobody should be losing their shit on. And when I saw the reaction to John Morrison, and then on their fucking Twitter account, they put Johnny Gargano.
Shut up! Who?
Because people thought that Johnny Gargano was gonna come out.
No, but they had John Morrison's picture, and it said Johnny Gargano is in AEW.
Oh wow!
And it came from AEW's account. They got fucking torn up for that. They're like,
shut up! I didn't even see that.
That shit was hilarious. So I don't know.
That'd be wild if Gargano does go to
AEW for nothing that's too excitable. Kenny popping up in the background.
Yeah, they're looking for their switch right now. They have no idea where they put it.
Tell them I got it.
They'll come and try to attack you.
It's in the living room. I got it. But
anyways, crazy ass week of wrestling. A lot of big news. A lot of crazy shit. We don't know what's coming. The Rock's freed up next year. Kenny's calling it WrestleMania LA. The Rock.
We'll be drunk in the building. We'll be there.
Let's go.
I'm trying to get a couple of us. I'm trying to get a couple of people from the East Coast to come down. I know a friend of mine. He's already in the West Coast. He said he's gonna come down. He's coming over to watch Mania. I'm going to Mania. Liz is going to Mania. Tony, you need to come to Mania. Start saving up your money now. Because I'm gonna bug you when it comes time to do the pre-orders in November. I'm gonna be like, hey, put that turkey money away. We need to go to Mania.
How much is a ticket to sit on the floor at Mania?
I mean, it depends. Because when I went to Tampa before the pandemic, I was sitting maybe like 4 rows from ringside, and I paid $400.
That's not bad. At least gonna be expensive.
No, that ain't right. On the floor?
Yeah.
It's because it depends where you buy. Because if you go to other sites, you get resale tickets. So of course people are gonna up their fucking price. Yeah, you just have to know where to shop.
Yeah, mine was the pre-sale. So I got mine for like $400.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Because normally it's higher than that. Because as soon as it goes on sale to the general public, it goes up to like $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, Kenny, I'll just Venmo you the money, and you fucking.
Hey, listen, that's exactly what I did with 2 of my friends when I went to Mania 35. Yeah. I told them, I was like, hey, if you guys are really gonna go, like, send me the money. I'll hold it.
Yeah.
And whatever money's left over, I'll try and get us the best seats as possible. Whatever money's left over, I'll divvy it up and give it back. Give you back the change. And it so happened, like, me and my friend was just like, he said he went on and I went on. I said, whoever gets the tickets first,
shit,
we just go. He put it on his credit card and he was just like, don't purchase any tickets. I got floor seats. And I was like, bet, how much do I need to send you? He told me the amount. I gave him mine to my friends, money, and we were gonna go to Mania, that for another time. And sure enough, fucking pandemic hit and fucked everything up for all of us. But
damn, well, it's gonna be my first Mania. So
then Kenny's got to do it. Kenny, you got to do it.
Listen, I'm with it. Like I'll put it all. I'll put it on my card or whatever, and I'll hold the money for everybody and whatever. What I do is I always ask, like, how much is like your limit? Like, if we can all agree on a number, like me and my friends, we agreed like 400 was our max.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna be like $700-800. Like, I can't do that. My wife will fucking kill me. And especially we're going away and if we have to fly out there, I would just say maybe save $400. Say that. And we will take it from there. Trust me, I will get us good seats. You won't have nosebleeds and look at me like this is the fucking $400 I paid.
I know, same. I do that too. I know how to ticket hunt as well.
Yeah.
I always ticket hunt.
All right, well then who's taking the money then? Because I I'm not gonna get on Ticketmaster or whatever the fuck.
Probably Kenny, because I work, so I be trying to remember. I put my alarms for shit like AEW. What's it called for DON weekend? I put my alarm 5 minutes before, so I was refreshing, and I exactly at 10 I hop into meetings. So I'm just like refreshing as I'm hopping into a meeting. I'm like, "Hi, good morning, guys," and I'm like, put myself on mute, and I'm like, "Fuck yes, let's go!" And I bought my tickets, and then I went back into my meeting. So, but I was
all right, so then we're gonna crash at Liz's place for WrestleMania. Is that we staying there or what?
Well, if y'all fit.
Well, isn't it what you call it?
I'll sleep at the feet.
But aren't they gonna do it over at the Raiders Stadium again, like they did Money in the Bank at SummerSlam, or they're switching it up?
They're doing it at the Rams Stadium, the new Rams Stadium. So far, it's a new stadium. It just opened last year.
Yeah, that's close. That's not that far away from the Strip, right?
From what Strip?
From Vegas. Yeah, I was like,
it's not Vegas.
Wait, what are we talking about? DON?
Oh, no. Talking about for Mania. Where are they actually having Mania?
Mania is going to be in LA.
LA, not Vegas.
Okay. Oh, okay. I wondered. I was like,
yeah, that's what I was like. Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't know which stadium they were using. Yeah,
no, they were using like Sunset SoFi, which is the Rams Stadium.
Okay.
SoFi, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Well, it sounds like
but I'm gonna.
Kenny's gonna buy us the tickets, and we gotta get them back.
Let's go. Let me know. It's 2 over here.
All right. Well, I got an announcement next week for the Memorial Day show. We have a huge guest. We're not saying who it is. We're going to be putting it up tomorrow. Big guest for the Memorial Day show. Kenny, tell everybody where to find you at, man.
You can find me every single Monday at 7:30 on my YouTube channel, the Call Up Podcast. I do a Monday Night Raw watch along with myself. Toe tags from the Knuckleheads and show from the Knuckleheads Network. We talk wrestling. We watch Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow we're doing a trivia night. So if you know your Monday Night Raw history, by all means jump on in. It's gonna be on this app called Kahoot, which is like no cheating involved. I have everything already like professionally set up. Questions popping up on the screen. You have a certain amount of seconds to answer it. So no Google cheating. You'd be like, I could just Google it really quick. No, by the time you find the answer, the time is already going to be up.
Gee, that's dope. That's
cool. And I know you got about 25 podcasts you guys do during the week. But I told Gigi had posted something about Knuckleheads podcast or something, and then she put Liz's name on there. And I said, hey, she's not Knuckleheads. I said, she's ATW for life. It's like DX. It's like DX and NWO over here.
Gigi's the one that takes everybody.
She got COVID. Tell her she better get better.
I know. I gotta check on her. Yeah, I gotta go check on her. She's chilling at home. Well, I think she's all cleared and she has to stay home until Tuesday. So
man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Did she get it really bad?
No, I think she just got. She just tested positive for it, but she's been all good though.
Well, that's good. Well, get better. Kenny, thanks for coming on. Liz, where are you going to be at? She's at an event every day.
Yeah, all the time.
Today, I am actually heading out to the Wrestling Guy store right now. Aside from that, I'm going to be working on something that I am going to be posting up next weekend.
You better be posting about it. All right. Well, that'll do it for us on this beautiful Sunday. I am your host, Tony Twist. This is ATW, All Things Wrestling Podcast, and as always, joined by Miss Heel Liz. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, for joining us today. Kenny's buying us WrestleMania tickets. You guys heard it here first. He's
give me the money. God damn. I ain't rich like that though. I got a little bit of money.
Anyways, hey guys, it's been a great Sunday. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Tony Twist. This is ATW All Things Wrestling Podcast, and we out.